In the previous video, we created our first macro for the M5 thread using a simple drilling job and a tapping job. In this tutorial, we'll show you how to extend that macro, so it can be used with different threads, holes and different parameters. To get started, we open the macro database. Here, you'll find the macro we created in the last video. Currently, the macro always uses the same tool with the same diameter for drilling and tapping, for the feature we used to create this macro. That's how the DB setting works. To make it compatible with different thread and hole sizes, we'll update the tool selection. First, select DB+, Auto Plus for drilling, and then do the same for the tapping job. Now the macro also uses other tools than the original M5 tools. Next, we need to adjust the feature parameters. Begin by selecting Free Feature Parameters. Here we can see all the parameters that the macro considers when it is being used on a feature. In our example, we can select the diameter, so it will be possible to use it on more than M5 core diameter features. We also select bottom. This enables it to be used with through holes too. And then we need to select machining property to extend it to other threads like M6 or M8 etc. Once these changes are made, save the macro. At this point, the macro is compatible with different threads. Let's test it. For example, let's apply the macro to an M6 thread. After applying the macro, you'll see that it correctly selects a diameter 5 tool and an M6 tapping tool. Perfect. Now, let's delete this job and return to the Features tab. Next, reopen the database. While the macro now works for holes and threads, we need to ensure the tapping operation is only active when there's actually a thread. To achieve this, open the tapping job, double-click it, and add a rule. Set the rule to only active if the machining property is a thread. Again, save the changes. Let's test it again. Apply it to a generic hole feature. In this case, I'll go for the diameter 9 holes. You'll see that the macro works as expected. The tapping job is grayed out when it's not needed. This is exactly what we want. Now, we'll make another enhancement. Let's add tip angle compensation and breakthrough length to the job parameters. These adjustments can be applied manually, but we want to include them directly in the macro. To do this, copy the CFG values of all three parameters to the clipboard by using Ctrl and right-click. Then, we can delete this job again and return to the macro database to make the necessary adjustments. To change the parameters of the drilling job, we need to double-click on it to add new rules for the tip angle compensation and breakthrough length. Specify that if the bottom is through, the tip drill parameter should be activated. Now we can enter the value that we just copied by using the Windows shortcut, Windows button +V. Now the clipboard opens and we can insert the copied values. Additionally, we want to activate the breakthrough length by entering 1. We also set the breakthrough length to 2 mm. If you want to, you can also work with formulas here depending on tool diameter etc. Save the macro again. Now let's test the updated macro. Apply it to the same diameter 9 holes as before. And there you go. You'll notice that the tip angle compensation and the breakthrough length are now correctly applied. This confirms that our updates are working as intended. We've demonstrated how to extend macros for different parameters and scenarios. We hope you got a good first insight and found this tutorial helpful. If you want to learn more about it, always feel free to contact us.